Yep, I'm in the UK as usual, always am, and what a stinking hole it has become. Everything's dirty, everything's grimy, everything's polluted. The people at the top thrive on the inequality of the people at the bottom. They make money out of everybody suffering. Old people who built the country and maintain the country are treated as basically a burden on the state. Kind of reminds me of a certain film where everybody got killed off at 30 so as it wouldn't cost too much. Soldiers are discarded as soon as they're no use, left in no support. Ordinary people like me can quite happily walk or drive past people who have no homes and no money without even thinking. I mean, it's raining now, and in 5 minutes I'll be walking past people sitting with little cardboard bowls begging for money. Don't know. So why are we putting up with it? Everything is dirty. Everywhere I go there's litter, there's crap, there's burned out stuff. Behind me look, derelict buildings. Everything we eat, everything we drink, the air that we breathe is full of chemicals, it's full of microplastics. The fish in the rivers are full of it. The sea is full of sewage. There you go, the water companies don't give monkeys. It's all profit, profit, profit. Everybody is profiting from other people being done down, suffering, inequality. What they call inviting environment for us to live in. It sure as hell doesn't look like it. Right, back in the dry now, but soaking wet. Never mind, used to that. So, how have we created a society that's so upside down? How have we created a society that, in a first world country, apparently we can't even fix a pothole in the road? Romans could do it 1,000 years ago to whenever it is, 2,000 years ago, they managed to fix potholes easy enough. And here we are in one of the richest countries and the roads are falling apart. The sewer system's falling apart. The power systems are all on their maximum capacity. The internet apparently is on its maximum capacity. Everything is stretched to the limit, no investment in anything. So why have we created a society where money rules? And why is it, like you've seen in the bits of clips that I've shown of what a crap hole everything is, why do we put up with it? Is it because we've got no choice in who we vote for? Because all the people who want to be in power are the worst people to actually be in power? I think that's what the actual problem is. We just don't have a choice of any good people. And we don't have people in charge of local government who can fix holes in the road. Or they can fix them and it takes a year to get there and it's fixed and it's broken again in a fortnight. Don't know, I'm just rambling, and the more I look around, the more run down and broken everything is, and the less the people in London and Cardiff and Edinburgh and Belfast or Dublin or wherever they are, the less they care. I don't know. But I think we are in a sort of matrix, only we're not producing electricity. We're just, our only purpose is to produce taxes that the people at the top can waste on whatever they deem necessary. And a lot of the stuff they deem necessary seems to be absolute cobblers. But they can waste hundreds of millions of pounds on that, and they can't waste £5 on some tarmac to fill up the holes in the road. So me and you have to suffer our cars being damaged on a daily basis and all the rest of it. It's always the people at the bottom who have got to put up with the crap. So, and another thing, why don't we give our bin men and sewage workers a massive pay rise? Because without them we would literally be up to our knees in it. So yet again, the people at the bottom get treated the worst, and they're the most essential. I'm sure there's lots of other essential jobs that I can't even think of at the moment, and they're probably all poor to average pay, but without them we'd be screwed. Yeah, lorry drivers. If the lorry drivers disappear, how are you going to get anything? Where's your Temu order going to come? How's that going to get from Dover to your house if there's no lorry drivers, no van drivers? Or if the train drivers disappear? All these things are sort of considered almost as the lower jobs, but they're also the most essential. So anyway, maybe I continue this ranting a little bit. Maybe we are or are not the most highly evolved animals on the planet, but in actual fact, with this huge brain allegedly under this hat, we're just not capable of doing what ants can do with 2 brain cells. Think that's possible? Because certainly looks like it. The evidence is out there. I mean, just pick on one thing, say the Amazon rainforest. We know what it does, we know what's happening to it, and we're completely incapable as a global community of doing sod all about it. Talk, 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 do absolutely nothing, although we might be doing a little bit at the moment. But generally speaking, since the 70s, it's got smaller and smaller and smaller. It's been chopped up, burnt down. Everything's been killed, sold, drilled, dug up, whatever. The people who live there get killed all the time, and the rest of the world does absolutely nothing. And this is replicated all around the world. Maybe this is the best we can manage. Maybe we are or are not the most highly evolved animals on the planet. But in actual fact, with this huge brain allegedly under this hat, we're just not capable of doing what ants can do with 2 brain cells. Think that's possible? Because certainly looks like it. The evidence is out there. I mean, just pick on one thing, say the Amazon rainforest. We know what it does, we know what's happening to it, and we're completely incapable as a global community of doing sod all about it. Talk, 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 do absolutely nothing, although we might be doing a little bit at the moment. But generally speaking, since the 70s, it's got smaller and smaller and smaller. It's been chopped up, burnt down. Everything's been killed, sold, drilled, dug up, whatever. The people who live there get killed all the time, and the rest of the world does absolutely nothing. And this is replicated all around the world constantly, and nobody ever does anything. And why would that be? Because maybe the people in charge are making money out of it, like Tony Blair and his soybean idea that resulted in the chopping down of an awful lot of Amazon rainforests, or his palm oil scheme that resulted in, was it Borneo being flattened to produce palm oil, which now they can't get rid of. If you go to Tesco's or Aldi's or anywhere now and have a look at the ingredients lists on everything, everything's got palm oil in it because there's no other way to get rid of it all. So you flatten the rainforests, put rows and rows, millions and millions and millions of palm oil palms in place, and it's a failed scheme. We didn't need it. We did need the rainforest. It was doing a jolly good job for us. Now it's not. So ponder on that, because the orangutans, the little orange men, they have to ponder on it when their house is gone. So what would it be like if your house was removed from you and bulldozed just for making money? For instance, like the HS2, where they bulldozed farms and everything and then decided they weren't coming. And then the people couldn't have their farms back and they were sold off for £1 an acre to certain rich people, getting very political now. And now those people who have been on that land for hundreds of years probably live in a council house somewhere, doing a job they hate. So perhaps we're just not capable of doing any better. I know I'm not. I say all these things, but I have walked past homeless people today. The only comment I had was perhaps you should get a cash machine and catch up with modern society. And let's face it, they're going to have to, because if they get a cashless society, then how are you going to be a beggar? It's going to be a job that's going to go in the bin, isn't it? So I'm no better than the rest, but I've had a little think about it today, and these are my random thoughts that are coming out.